That flutter in your left eyelid, the one that won't stop, right in the middle of a meeting, or right when you are trying to fall asleep. You didn't do anything. You are not blinking on purpose. And yet, it just twitches over and over. In some cultures, people believe a left eye twitch is bad luck or a sign that something is about to happen. But science has a very different, and honestly more interesting, answer today. We're breaking down exactly why your left eye twitches, what your body is really trying to tell you, and when it is actually something to pay attention to. The medical term for this is myokymia. It is a tiny, involuntary spasm in the muscle that closes your eyelid, usually the lower lid. This muscle is controlled by a nerve called the facial nerve, one of the direct lines running from your brain to your face. Normally, that nerve fires in a smooth, controlled rhythm every time you blink. But sometimes the nerve gets a little overstimulated. It starts firing extra signals, small, rapid, uncoordinated pulses. That is the twitch you feel. And here is the strange part. It is happening so subtly that most people around you can't even see it, even when it feels obvious to you. So what overstimulates that nerve? The number one trigger is stress. When you are anxious, overwhelmed, or emotionally strained, your nervous system shifts into a heightened state. Small muscles, especially delicate ones like your eyelid, become more reactive. That is why eye twitches tend to show up during your busiest, most stressful weeks and mysteriously disappear the moment you finally relax. Next up, caffeine and sleep. Caffeine stimulates your entire nervous system, including the nerves controlling your eyelids. A few extra cups of coffee can be enough to tip a tired nerve into twitching. And speaking of tired, sleep deprivation is one of the strongest triggers of all. Even missing just a few hours of sleep, several nights in a row, puts real strain on your nervous system. Combine stress, caffeine, and poor sleep together, and you've built the perfect twitch storm. Then there is your screen time. Staring at a phone or computer for hours reduces how often you blink, sometimes by more than half. That leads to dry, strained eyes, which irritates the tiny muscles around them. Smoking, alcohol, and even intense exercise can add to the irritation too. Basically, anything that dries out or overworks your eyes can set off a twitch. Now here is the fun part. For centuries, cultures around the world attached meaning to eye twitches. In some traditions, a twitching left eye is considered bad luck. In others, it is said to predict money coming your way or an unexpected visitor. There is no scientific evidence behind any of it. Your eyelid muscle doesn't know what is about to happen in your life. But it is a fascinating reminder of how humans have always tried to find meaning in something as random as a muscle spasm. So, should you ever actually worry? In the vast majority of cases, no. Twitching driven by stress, caffeine, or sleep usually clears up on its own within a few days once you address the trigger. But there are a few warning signs worth paying attention to. If the twitching lasts more than a few weeks, if it spreads to other parts of your face, or if your eyelid starts closing completely with each twitch, that is when it is time to see a doctor. In rare cases, persistent facial twitching can be linked to underlying nerve conditions. So it is always worth getting checked if it doesn't go away. If your eye is twitching right now, here is your simple checklist. Cut back on caffeine for a few days. Prioritize sleep, even just an extra hour a night. Give your eyes regular breaks from screens. And find one small way to lower your stress today. Even a 5-minute walk helps. Your eyelid isn't cursed, and it is not predicting your future. It is just a tiny, overworked muscle asking you to slow down for a second. Listen to it, and it'll usually quiet down on its own.